Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Respected advisor and our revered teacher, Dr. Shivashankar Garu, and today's sponsors and our distinguished guest, Dr. S. Praveen Kumar, and panelists Dr. Murali, Dr. Bhavana, and our General Secretary, Dr. Durga Prasad Rao, and all the executive members of our association, and esteemed guests, friends, and all the fraternity. I extend a heartful welcome to you all to Veni Bhushan Memorial Oration. On this occasion, we pay our heartful homage to Veni Bhushan, and we also profusely thank the family of Veni Bhushan, Dr. Shivashankar Garu, and all the members of his family, Sri Purushottam Garu and Srimati Shantai. And today we have an evening with the teacher. So today's teacher is none other than Dr. S. Praveen Kumar, a popular Homeo physician and very respected teacher and popular speaker. And he'll be interacting with his students, Dr. Murali and Dr. Bhavana. So we hope you all will be immensely benefited by hearing this session. I once again thank the sponsors and all the audience for having come here to be present here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, we would like to hear from our sponsor, Dr. Shivashankar Kunapareddy Garu. We welcome sir on to speak some words.
And Dr. Murali, Dr. Bhavana, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And the outset, I thank the organization for regularly conducting memorial audition every year. It is sponsored by me in the name of my great friend. It's a great opportunity to remember and to pay homage to past stories. And there cannot be a better platform than the platform arranged by Homeopathic Medical of Telangana. It has been going on for the last 15 years. 21 every year regularly. And in the last Sunday of the month of January, and this time, I don't know, I was just asking that for me. In the physical education in Hyderabad, once in a week or every day, 1 day is dedicated to ladies, very special. Today, after trying 90% after 3 years, ladies. Something in anyway, it's a very special day, conducted by HMAT. And I'm very happy to see and express so much of it will happen in their business to go into the world to serve the humanity. It is a very excellent system of medicine. You are going to hear many more things from your world teacher, as expert teacher, not board, expert teacher, and very popular teacher in our country. We visit so many places, so many colleges, I think we around 50 days a month of doing delivery jobs. And these patients wait for the rest of 50 days to take medicine from. So such a great homeopath is here to address all of us. And I want to again thank the organization for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to call upon our General Secretary, Dr. Durga Prasad Rao Garu, to please come to the podium to acknowledge the audience about HMAT.
Good evening, all. Happy Republic Day to one and all. And respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Our beloved Honorable President, Dr. Gopal Krishna sir, our advisor and today's sponsor, Dr. Shivashankar sir, our resource person, Professor Dr. S. Praveen Kumar sir, and our panel speakers, Professor Dr. Murali and Dr.B. Bhavana, and other governing council members, and the family members of Shivashankar sir, Mr. Purushottam Garu and Shanti, and all the doctors, students, and faculty of the colleges. At the outset, let me pay my heartiest tributes to our master, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, and also my tributes to Mr. Veni Bhushan, on whose memory today we are conducting this memorial oration, and also St.No. Savitribai Phoole. In commemoration with Phule's Jayanti, we are honoring the women teachers of the colleges and all the STSH program students sponsored by CCRH from different colleges, and also the last event Homeofest Quiz winners and the life membership winners of the HMAT. I congratulate all and I invite all. And you know the HMAT activities like Dr. C.L. Modi Charitable Homeopathic Dispensary. Has been running for the last 55 years without any break, and with the help of our honorary consultants, and also the various specialty clinics in various branches for the last 15 years. Other than these medical activities, we do conduct memorial orations like this every month on somebody's name, and also periodically state level and national level seminars whenever possible. And the CME, other CME programs also for the awareness of the students and young doctors. Our ICRH is the Institute of Clinical Research in Homeopathy, our academic and research wing of the HMAT, through which we have completed one CCRH project by Dr. J.R. Mohan sir and by our speaker, Dr. Murali. And it was successfully completed. And along with this ICRH, we were running journal Medicina Futura Homeopathica under the editorialship of Dr. Shivashankar sir. We completed 100th issue, and after the corona, we could not publish it. And now we are going with online e-journal in our every monthly newsletter. Like that, we are providing monthly newsletter as a journal form. And I thank all the honorary physicians, sponsors, philanthropists, and various fraternity of homeopathy for their unconditional support in doing all these activities and working together for the cause of homeopathy. We profusely thank today's our sponsor, Dr. Shivashankar sir, and Shanti Homeopaths for their magnanimous support in organizing today's event. This is the 21st event in the name of Veni Bhushan. For the last 21 years, we have been conducting this oration. Now, today, during this oration, an evening with our teacher, a heartful conversation with the renowned homeopath and former principal JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, Professor Dr.S. Praveen Kumar, and with a conversation with the panel speakers, Professor Dr. Murali, Vice Principal of Dev's Homeopathic College, and Dr. B. Bhavana, Associate Professor, Department of Materia, Medica, JSPS Government Homeopathic College. I thank you for your patient hearing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for acknowledging the audience about the importance of today's event. So now, before proceeding to our second, the main important session, Veni Bhushan Memorial Oration, we will know the importance of today. So today, obviously, as it is January 26th, it is Republic Day, the day when Indian's constitution was remarked. And also today's 2025 theme is Swarnim Bharat Vikas or Virasat. That means Golden Indian, which is nothing but the development and heritage. So let us remark this memorable moment and then proceed to the oration part. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Gautam sir to please come onto the dais to present about Veni Bhushan Memorial Oration to the audience.
Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to the association. I, Dr. Gautam M.D, got this opportunity to tell you about the sponsors of today's oration. So about Veni Bhushan, late Kunapareddy Veni Bhushan Garu, son of Dr. Shiv Shankar Kunapareddy sir, was born on 13 December 1970. All through his career as a student, he was brilliant and secured a very good rank in MCET and joined first year in MBBS in Osmania Medical College in the year 1988. Passed away at a very tender age due to mental depression on 17th March 1989. His family members have instituted a gold medal in his memory to the best student in 10th class at Gandhinian School, Secunderabad. They have also been kind enough to sponsor an oration in the name of Sri Veni Bhushan at our association, the Homeopathic Medical Association of Telangana, in the month of January every year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Harshita ma'am to introduce about today's resource person, Professor Dr. S. Praveen Kumar sir.
Professor Dr. S. Praveen Kumar sir, DHMS, MBS Homeopathy, MD, PhD, is the principal, retired principal and HOD, Department of Medicine from JSPS, Government Homeopathic Medical College, Ramanthapur. Professor and HOD, MNR Homeopathic Medical College. Member MAR, National Commission of Homeopathy, New Delhi. Member SFC and Governing Council, NIH, Kolkata. Member Expert Committee, Ayush, TSTS. Trustee and Secretary General, Global Homeopathy Foundation. Associate Editor, International Journal of Homeopathy. He won Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's Medical and Health Excellence Award in 2004, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2023, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's Medical and Health Excellence Award in 2022, Telangana Government First Best Teacher Award winner for 2017. Dr. B.K. Bose Memorial National Best Teacher Award winner for the year 2005, Dr. Mahendra Singh Memorial National Best Teacher Award for 2014. He was a PG guide and examiner for many universities in India, PG guide, Hanuman Homeo College, London, and visiting professor at many PG institutes. Thank you.
Before getting into the panel discussion, we shall know about the panel resource members. Panel members are Dr. T. Murli sir and Dr. Bhavana ma'am. Dr. Murli sir has qualified his MD in the year 2005 to 2008 from JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, Hyderabad. Sir has completed his UG in Government Homeopathic Medical College, Kadapa in the year 2003. He has a teaching experience of around 14 years and at present he is working as Vice Principal in Dev's Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital since 2019. Sir has worked as a senior research fellow from 2009 to 2012 in an EMR project in Central Council of Research in Homeopathy under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Sir is having a clinical experience for more than 20 years. Credentials, articles published in Homeopathic Links, one of the organizer in conducting national-wide seminars like depressive disorders and homeopathic approach, held on March 2008, and Homeopathy in Emergency Medicine, held on August 2010. He has written articles in national, state journals in both English and Telugu monthlies. He worked as a resident editor for the journal Medicina Futura Homeopathica by Homeopathic Medical Association of Telangana, Hyderabad for 1.5 years. Our second panel speaker is Dr. Bhavana Ma'am. Dr. Bhavana Ma'am has pursued her MD degree and MSc Clinical Psychology, and she's a gold medalist. And she is a consultant physician and a clinical psychologist. Ma'am has a clinical experience and is currently employed as Associate Professor in the Department of Materia Medica at JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College since December 2018. She worked as a medical officer in Telangana State Road Transport Corporation Hospital, Hyderabad from March 11 to December 18. She worked as a consulting homeopathic physician at AP Homeopathic Association from September 2006 to December 2010. She worked as a consulting homeopathic physician and a clinical psychologist at Sagar Homeopathy Group, Hyderabad. She worked as a honorary physician at Mother Teresa's Home, Hyderabad from October 2006 to August 2008. Ma'am has worked as an honorary physician at Sri Satya Sai Baba Charitable Organization, Secunderabad from December 2008 to August 2009. So academic achievements. She was awarded with prestigious Dr. G.L.N. Shastri Gold Medal for being the best outgoing student statewide in MD Homeopathy in 2010. She was also awarded with Ma'am was also awarded with Professor Ramaya Gold Medal for being the best outgoing student university topper in OU region in 2005. And many more awards like Nayapati Srinivas Rao Medal for securing statewide highest marks and Dr. Surupaneni Chandramouli Award for securing statewide highest total marks in BHMS in 2005. And she was awarded with I.S. Murthy Memorial Award at Andhra Pradesh Homeopathic Medical Association and stood as university topper in BHMS first, third, and fourth year. And she achieved distinction in all the subjects, and she is also subject topper in most of the subjects. And she stood as topper in MD final in Materia Medica. So we have the great resource person and great panel members today. So hope you all enjoy the session.
At the very outset, I really thank all of you. Since the day of my first entry into teaching profession, most of us, including my own close friend, classmate, Dr. Shavendra, whom we lost in between, we tried to emulate Shivashankar sir. In fact, the madness was in such a way that most of you would have witnessed his voice is a little like Raza Murad type. The type of voice is very attractive and it is commanding. We used to be afraid to talk to him, but we tried to emulate him. So our Sharabender once was told by somebody that if you smoke a cigarette, you can get that type of voice. So he started smoking in final year. After 15 days, he developed severe pharyngitis and that had to be treated. So that was like me. Why we tried to emulate? Because as a teacher, his impression on us as student was impeccable. We used to have one more teacher for Materia Medica. I don't name it, right? He taught us, that teacher taught us Bryonia and Sar taught us Beretta Car. That teacher held class test examination. He asked, the question was, write a drug picture of Bryonia. I wrote completely about Beretta Car.
and I got 7 out of 10. So don't blame the teacher, blame the student. So that was the impression. So we tried to. How far we succeeded, God knows, but we tried. That's what, like as Abdul Kalam says, aim at sky, you may land somewhere in between. So dream big. We used to dream big. So he is the teacher. So obviously, it is my good fortune that my evening is with my teacher and their evening is with their teacher. That's okay. Okay. Right. White paper, why? You want written exam answers? This is like KBC hot seat. How much money I would win, God knows. But anyway, let me win all over your hearts.
Good evening to all, respected dignitaries, Dr. Shivshankar sir, and President Gopal Krishna sir, Secretary Durga Prasad sir, and all the homeopaths, and all the faculty members of different homeopathic medical college. And today it is a very pleasure and a pressure day to me because we are sitting with our one of the lovable teacher, and as sir told about Shivshankar sir, we used to fascinate about Praveen Kumar sir when he enters into our class, when he used to take our classes regarding Materia, Medica or anything. First, he taught biostatistics to us in PT. Actually, there was no teacher for biostatistics. So, sir used to teach biostatistics. It is a dry subject, but in a wonderful way. That was very commanding. And we passionate about, because he is having a lot of experience, both the glamour and grammar in homeopathy. Because as a homeopath, we need both the things. I am very much fortunate to share this time with him. And today is on the occasion of Republic Day, 26/1/2025. This auspicious number, if you add all the numbers, you will get 9. Okay, 26/1/2025. So on this day, I'm very happy to have this time with my son. Thank you. Sir, first, my question is, as a teacher and as a practitioner, which job gave you more satisfaction and how it helped vice versa?
This is very, in fact, difficult question for any teacher for that matter. The other day I was in Rajkot. Today only afternoon I landed. Day before yesterday, there was an interaction with NCH personalities, Dr. Tarakeshwar, Dr. Pinakin Trivedi. And there were 350 faculty members of Saurashtra University and all other adjoining colleges and all that. So as Tarakeshwar was rightly putting it in, and I also felt several times, a teacher must be a practitioner, especially in medical science. If you are a practitioner, you can teach any subject very well. You may ask me a question, how far is it useful in teaching anatomy? Like my close friend, Dr. Balram, used to be a teacher for anatomy. Whenever he used to dissect, like hamstrings, the drugs which are very useful, like the natramor, causticum, guaicum, he used to tell those drugs. So it is the practical application of anatomy and Materia Medica. So they are inseparable. They are very useful. Upper lobe, right lung, what are the drugs? Left lung, all these things. So if a practitioner, he used to teach his experiences, his successes, his failures. I'm just giving an example. Dr. Sohan Singh, sir, he was a great teacher of anatomy and he was a great practitioner as well. So it is very difficult for me to answer in either or. I can't say that. I would love to be a teacher because that's my passion and I enjoy doing the practice.
So good evening, one and all. Being blessed to be here is a very small word. I feel fortunate enough to be a student of so many great teachers and student of sir. So till today, even till today, when I go and visit sir, he gives me one symptom, one thing or something that I don't know. I remember the day when sir asked me one day, నీకు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తాయమ్మా ఈ డౌట్లన్నీ? సో సార్ ఇవాళ మళ్ళీ డౌట్స్ పట్టుకొని వచ్చాను. Not mine. In fact, I've got all the queries of many young practitioners, sir. So most of the practitioners give 50 millisimal scale, sir. So some of them start with 0/1. Some of them directly jump to 0/3 and go there 0/4, 5. Kontamandi 0/1, 3, 5. So is there a hard and fast rule or what is the guidance you give regarding 50 millisimal scale, sir?
At the very outset, I should tell you, if you scan through the literature in homeopathy, there's a very less literature about 50 millisimal potencies. Hahnemann included it is new improvised last method. I have introduced that 50 millisimal potencies. And there are so many concepts, speculations, understandings, experiences of many, many authors. They are all their concepts. It is not like completely authentic. Somebody cannot say that this is the thing which you have to follow. But what we follow, like in my prescription, 75% of prescriptions are in LM potency. And the question what she says, like, how do we start? When do we give? All that. Most of the times we start with 0/1. There are some people who start with 0/3 as well. You can, like there are some people who start the prescription with 1M straight away. Some people give only 30 potency. I have visited one 100-bedded hospital in Pune, Dr. Nikam, pure homeopathy. And he gives only 30 potency. Any drug, whichever is selected, one dose, one drug in 30 potency only. I asked him the question, why do you prescribe only 30, not any other potency? He said, all the drugs are or were proved in 30 only. That is his answer. But there were many, many instances where many other drugs were proved in like 6C, 6X, 12X. When Hahnemann improvised later, he came to 30 potency. And later, Vienna, for example, in Austria, they have proved 60 drugs, polycrers, in 200 potency. So they are there, but you can substantiate your own way. But in my clinical practice, I start with 0/1. And as advised by Dr. N.S. Prashant, sir, it is very economical. It is very useful. I have seen tremendous results. There was one more question, wherein when to give it, in which type of case. In any case, you can give 50 millisievert. I'll give one example. During swine flu epidemic, one doctor came to the college, as referred by one of my students from Warangal. He was working as RMO. His wife was on ventilator in Global Aware Hospital in Champapet. So he came. It was 15th August. So he came, and after the flag hoisting, he said, please, doctor, come with me. And believe me, no exaggeration, for the first time and probably the last time, there were two doctors near ICU who welcomed me. Most of the times when we visited any allopathic hospital, nobody would welcome and they will put up such a face that we are grabbing their property. So that is the usual face. But here, these two doctors, they gave me a double cover, dress, gloves, all these things, and took me inside the ICU where there were 10 beds with ventilators and 9 were vacant. 9 people died in front of this lady in the past 3 days. At the time, there were many deaths. So that point of time, I went, I saw the lady, and I could extract few informations like she was beseeching or she was begging. Because everything is closed. All her 4 limbs were tied to the bed and there was a ventilator pipe. She can't talk. She can't tell you anything. Nor the husband is available to tell you anything. There is only a case history that also says swine flu, that allopathic case taking. You can see that. So I came back. I gave him arsenicum album 0/1. And believe me, in 15 days, she was discharged. This man took her home to Warangal. So it can happen. Even in critical, difficult conditions, as Hahnemann rightly said, if you want to repeat a drug, which is very deep acting, and you are afraid it might cause some damage, some aggravation, then you can give it in frequent doses if you want to give it in LM potency. That can be done. So you can start with 0/1, 0/3, depends on that. But I start with 0/1 and mostly it is 0/1, which is, and I was telling you, the procedure what I adopt, I don't insist that you should also adopt, but think about it, it is very economical. I give it in small bottle, 30 pills. 35 pills will be put by my pharmacy people. And I ask the patient to take 1 pill in 1/4 cup of water every day morning on empty stomach. That month medicine. And afternoon, night, SL. This way, one drug will be sufficient to give it to 1 month, 1 patient. So it's very economical. And patients also, there were many instances when they have called me and said, sir, 2 goli gire. Are, waisa kabhi nahi hona. You should not relax. You should not tell that, are 2 goli gir gaye, koi baat nahi. From tomorrow, they will put 3. So make it very strict. So you can be Marwadi-like. You can save a lot of pills because they are 50 millismol. And the drugs what I have, I thank Dr. Rameshwara, who is the donor of this auditorium, on whose mother's name this is there. He gave me a gift of 250 LM potency drugs, each one 0/1 to 0/30 from Helios, London. So they are all very precious. So I can't lose them. I can't keep them also. I have to use it. So this is the procedure what I adopt. Okay, thank you. 0.0/1 to 0/30. Now 30 to 200 is there. There is no 40, 50, 60, 70. So as we jump in centesimal, you can jump from 0/1 to 0/3 if there is improvement. If you are careful, for example, in certain cases of psoriasis, eczema, where there is every threat that it might increase. So I give 0/1, 0/2, 0/3, slowly increase. But if there is a case where I can play with that, so I'll say 0/1, 0/3, or 0/5. We can jump that. We can do it.
Sir, for beginning,
Excuse me, I request all the audience to keep your mobiles in silent mode. Otherwise, if there is no pin drop silence, we may miss the golden words spoken by our doctors. Thank you for this inconvenience.
sir, as a beginner, they may have a lot of doubts for this 0/1 to 0/3, like the jumping potential. As you have experience, you may have that knowledge. If you consider centesimal scale, potency is 630, 200, 1M, that is the established one. But in case of say 50 millisimal scale, it's not like that. We have to go, it is a sequential. So how we decide that sequence?
Yeah. how we decide, as I already said, like first, there are no hard and fast rules. With your little experience, you can definitely select it. And most of the times what happens, like we give 0 by 1 up to 0 by 30, and then we come back to 0 by 1. And as Dr. A.K. Das was telling yesterday in Rajkot, he showed few of the cases where at a certain point, when you are using LM potency, you will get homeopathic aggravation, and then you stop the medicine. But fortunately or unfortunately, I never got it. So I am 100% sure I never gave a Simlimum. It could be. So that could be the reason. But that's how we climb up. And if you are very sure the same drug is indicated, we don't change the drug. We come back from 0 by 30 to 0 by 1. The selection of potency 1, 3, 6, 9 or 1, 3, 5, 10, 15. This depends on your choice and your experience. That's what we are seeing them. And in one case, I tell you, the man who was referred by the great doyen, Dr. Jugal Kishore from Delhi, the military man, he came to me with lots of psoriatic patches, and he didn't have any case sheet. I took the whole case and we selected lycopodium. And I thought lycopodium can be given, though the drug is given in your Allen's keynotes stating that unless you are very sure, don't start it with. But already he is under the treatment of a great homeopathic doctor. And not that he wouldn't have selected the lycopodium. He would have given. So I gave lycopodium 0 by 1. And in my own procedure, 0 by 1, morning 1 pill. Next day morning he took, and next day evening he landed in my clinic. Lot of aggravation. I felt very happy. First time in my life. Beautiful. Thank you very much. So I stopped the medicine. He became all right. But that is a very rare occasion. It can happen even with LM potency, which is very rare. Right.
Sir, my question is, as a teacher, we may be teaching many homeopathic principles in classrooms, and we may be giving so many rules and regulations regarding homeopathy. How you applied these principles and the practical tips, and is there any difference and difficulty applying the principles taught in classroom and applying in clinical practice?
Fantastic question. Most of the teachers do face that. But the greatest principle, similia, we all have to follow. Whether I teach in the class or don't teach, it has to be followed. Otherwise, I don't get successes. Later on, the drugs, multiple doses, the composition, different types, some mixtures, these things. There are so many such cases. Like we used to have a colleague in our college. So we used to call him as A to Z doctor. He used to select some 10 drugs. For example, for fever, arsenic, gelsemium, rustox, bryonia, likewise. And he used to take some alcohol and put 2 drops of each drug in the bottle and give it. So some people got relief. They do get it. Now, these are called side effects. So what happens? Everybody would get success. If there is relief in any patient, it has to follow the principles laid down in Organon. We may not be aware of it. They are already there. If somebody has mixed all the drugs and there is a success, why there is a success? Because simple. What is the definition of an acute disease? You treat or don't treat, they will recover. They have recovered. You are claiming that you have been successful. It is not. And in a chronic case, if somebody has recovered, in spite of you were spoiling the case, like George Bernard Shaw says, I became all right in spite of your medication. So likewise, it can happen. But basically, fundamentally, we need to follow the principles. And as I said at the very outset, the greatest problem for any practitioner, not as a teacher, like as a teacher, my duty is to teach whatever is described in the textbook. I can't say, I don't believe. There was one teacher, I don't name it. One teacher, my close friend came from Nagpur for CCH inspection. Both of us were there. And he wrote second prescription. And he said, I don't believe in it. The teacher himself is saying, he wrote the heading, second prescription. And immediately he said, I don't believe in it. He's right. Because what is the definition of second prescription? The one after the one which has acted. So in his whole life, never had any drug acted. Naturally. So no second prescription. Everything is first. So that apart, as a teacher, it is our prime responsibility and duty to impart the knowledge which is authentic, which is from the textbooks, which is from our experience. Our experiences are there. But if it is beyond any reasonable comprehension and it is going against an age principle, so I can't teach it, I shouldn't teach it. That is the major principle. And there were instances where, like for example, in one case, I was going to Basar. I was posted in Basar earlier, 1986. So when I was going to Basar, one of our neighbors, his wife had all the symptoms of stroke in evolution. BP was 200 by 140. And slurring of speech, numbness of left upper limb, left lower limb. And she went out in hot sun. All these things were there. Severe headache, severe. So in 1986, I passed in 1980 DHMS and 83 graded degree. So I don't say very fresh, but fresh. And my own independent practice after Dr. Nabhushan sir died in 1984 June. So it was hardly 1.5, 2 years of experience, clinical experience. This man said, my wife will not take any medicine other than homeopathy. She came from Vijayawada. Somebody was treating in Vijayawada. He said, you give. I said, I am going. I will not be there for a whole day. He said, don't worry. You give the medicine and go. I had jitters. And that was the first time when my wife, Dr. Aruna, told me I belong to mongrel sect. I accept. So I gave all the drugs. You can guess what are the drugs in this condition you suggest? Arnica, fantastic. Gelsemium, Natramur, amyl nitric, Glonine. Huh? Natramur already told. Okay? So, anta knowledge le. So, Glonine is enough. So, I mixed 6 drugs. I did not mix. I made packets. Each 5 doses. And put it into, like I took one white paper because I cannot have a packet in my house. Put all of them here and mixed like this because she might get one drug after the other. I was not sure at all which drug would work, if at all it works. I gave all of them. Told her, take 1 hour. Rahe to rahe, gaye to gaye. So I came back after 48 hours. She came to our house with a cup of coffee. You can't ask me a question of which drug acted. I didn't know. 6 drugs, all drugs. This was dead against principles. I did teach this in the college, in the class. I can't dare enough to teach. But there were so many instances where I drifted from the principles and practiced. I admit. But I admitted even in the conferences, seminars, I gave this drug after this drug. There was one instance, I tell you. There was IIHP conference in Vijayawada. I presented that case, iatrogenic diseases. So I showed what are all the allopathic drugs which produce a lot of iatrogenic problems and what are the counter drugs in homeopathy. And I presented my case wherein one lady who came to me with menorrhagia like symptoms and I gave her lachesis. Then after 15 days, her father came and told there is no respite. Without thinking for even 1 second, he told me the symptoms, already it is there. So ignoring everything in the past, I gave sepia. And you all know they are inimicals. And after 1.5 months or 1 month, the father came, not with Deshadina Karma pamphlet, don't worry. That also happened in my practice. But this man came and said, how is your daughter? Sorry, sir, I came for my medicine. What happened to your daughter? He showed me Dr. I. Dinakar. He was working in Medicity Hospital here. He wrote Homeo drug-induced thrombocytopenia purpura. She was investigated. I didn't do it. I took the only case, prescribed, and I gave an inimical. So I said, my question in that conference, there were 550, 600 delegates. I said, have I caused iatrogenesis with my sepia after lachesis? There are so many stalwarts who said relationship is bogus. Her thesis, Bhavana's thesis, was the relationship of remedies. So for some people, relationship is bogus. I saw in recent social media, one son married mother. So anyway, but we have relationship of remedies. I did follow it. It caused damage. But the point is, like at that time, the last adding point is like Dr. Veerabhadra Rao, some of the seniors recollect, ENT surgeon turned homeopath. He stood up and said, no, doctor, you are not wrong. First time I had introduction with him, later on for a long time. So he said, his explanation is correct. What he said, like you did not investigate. The thrombocytopenia was already there. This was triggered to come out onto the stage and they have investigated and found it. But anyway, coming back to your question. Principle, as I said, like the greatest principle what we teach in the classroom and what most of the teachers don't follow is giving so many drugs. But Hahnemann also gave Naxvamica sulfur, Prostox bryonia, but in those different, very few instances. That is not an excuse for us to give in every case. One thing I always tell you, if you are very confident of your prescription, 1 dose, 1 drug, sufficient. And the rest you can understand, you can infer.
So let's talk about no-suit, sir. In what kind of cases do we start the treatment with a no-suit? In what kind of cases should we start? The original prescription is a no-suit, sir.
Yeah, actually, I keep teaching that no-suits. There are 12 types of ways of prescribing. I don't need to teach right now. It is not a classroom. You can start with no-suit. You can give it as an intercurrent. You can give it as a preventive. Like we have BCT program, tuberculinum is given as an preventive. And there are cases where it is got stuck and you want to give a drug. There are several instances, like for example, Murali's thesis is on carcinosin, right? There were several cases where he started with, and it can be used as a constitutional remedy. You don't need to give any other remedy. You can give it as an intercurrent, you can start with it, or when there is no way, you're not able to select a remedy. You're stuck. For example, if it is one-sided physical in nature, only ringworm patch, no other symptoms, bacillarium would be beautiful drug, like Burnett suggested. It could be. So it depends on that class of case. If the indicated drug is no-sode, you can start with it. You can give it as an intercurrent. You can give it as a constitutional, preventive, anything.
Sir, what after a no-sode? For example, I have given tuberculinum 1M to the case, the first prescription. Then what next? If the patient is better, do I give 10M or do I go to the
Wait,
constitutional?
what do you do with other polycrus?
Okay, so we can end the case also with a no-sode.
Same.
Okay.
Because it is also a remedy in homeopathy. It follows the same principles. It is not from Mars.
Okay.
It is the same drug.
So we can go on with the same tuberculinum 10
Definitely.
mcm.
Definitely. There were several cases where we have given only no-sode and ended with no-sode.
And cured the case.
Yeah, definitely. It would happen.
Sir, there are different schools of practice of homeopathy. Now, present situation, there are different. I don't want to mention the names, but if you see the present generations homeopaths, there is a lot of confusion. Which one is right? Whether whatever we are listening or whatever we are following in college is right, or these schools are right. So, what is your opinion regarding this?
Yeah, I do understand. Yesterday, there was the same question. We had 2 hours marathon. There were 765 delegates, so they were bombarding a lot of questions. They were students, actually. Now you are not a student, but yet you raised the same question like a student. So, the point here is, like, for example, sensation method, predictive method, or only mental symptoms like Sehgal method. There are different types, different clans or the schools of thought. I'll just give an example. There is one beautiful shloka in Bhagavad Gita in the initial pages. Advaitamruta Varshinim Bhagavatim Astadashadhyayanim Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. This is rendered by Adi Shankara. And he explained Advaitamruta Varshinim, the meaning. That word is sufficient for us to understand now. Advaita, A means without, Dvaita means dual. There is no dual. Atma and Paramatma are same, according to Adi Shankara. After a few years, Madhvacharya, a great other soul, realized soul, in Karnataka, there are many people. Like you go to Raghavendra Math, there are all people who follow that Madhvacharya. He took the same shloka and he said, A Dvaitamruta Varshinim Bhagavatim. He just made a little gap. A means that. Dvaitamruta. He never believed that Atma and Paramatma are same. And the beauty is that both of them reached heaven. I did not go and see, but I was told. Okay. So, if you have a pious feeling, only one sacred feeling that you want to cure the sick, the first aphorism says, highest mission, cure the sick. If that is the only mission, adopt any method, any procedure, doesn't matter. but do it in the interest of patient, not interest of your pocket. Then you would definitely be successful, whatever procedure you take. And most of the times, unfortunately, what is happening, 5 blind men explaining about an elephant. That should not happen. And it does not happen. हर दफा जिंदा तिलस्मत काम नहीं करेगा. If Segal's mental makeup, mental symptoms, everywhere mental, you will become mental. You can't. The fellow met with an accident, he fell on the ground, he is unconscious. अरे तुमको कैसे लग रहा है? कौन से लेफ्ट साइड को अच्छा लगता है, राइट साइड को अच्छा लगता है? सांस लेने में अच्छा लगता है, रुक गए तो अच्छा लगता है, कैसे लगता है? So it is difficult. So we need to adapt to the situation, to the patient. What method? Prescription basing on mental symptoms is one method, one way. It is not ultimate. Hahnemann told, most of the times we give partially similar remedy because we don't take the case properly. The other day in Jaipur, Hamai conference, I was presenting one case on vitiligo. Initially, I thought when we have taken the case of vitiligo, it is one-sided. We take it like that for granted. Unfortunately or fortunately, initially, when we had enough time, there were no patients. Now it is vice versa. So we don't spend much time with the patient. That is the greatest problem. So we have, like my assistant suggested, let us give ASF, sir. There is nothing more in this. Stamp, dal do. Ho gaya. No change. On the face only. Once, twice, he will not have patience, we will not have patience. How long should we stretch? I said, there is something wrong. We sat with the patient, we could extract a lot of symptoms. We got a remedy, we gave that. There was tremendous improvement and it has completely disappeared. If you take the first part of the treatment, I gave a partially similar or nothing similar remedy because I did not take the case properly. So this is what needed. All different types, whatever method you predict, don't predict, it happens. If you prescribe according to, as you said, like principles of homeopathy, whatever might be the drug, it will work. If it is selected basing on the laid down principles. And everything is there in Organon. Unfortunately, most of the methods, if you are asked, where is your nose? I can show like this, but I can show like this also. This is what being done. No need. But learn all of them. All my youngsters, I suggest, learn all these methods. Probably you may require in one case somewhere. Spend 1 hour with the patient where you are stuck and you are not able to select a right remedy. The patient came from so many senior homeopaths. It is challenging. Sit down. Then extract. You will get information. You have to talk, understand. So they will reveal later. And mind well, no patient would tell the internal feelings so easily. Your own wife or husband did not tell everything. Your own daughter or son did not tell everything. Why should the patient tell you? You are somebody else. And they have some pain, some problem, some symptom. They want solace for that. Not everything. What is your mental feeling? What is your behavior? Why do you require all that? My husband is bearing, you don't need to bear. You give me the medicine. So this is the problem. So this, we have different methods. All of them, take any person's name, all these cults or schools, whatever you call them, they have all done their basics perfectly and they understood the system science completely. Now they are adopting a different methodology to reach it. You open Google Map and you want to go to Shamshabad Airport. It gives 3 ways. If you go by this way, you will reach in this method, this time. All of them will take you there. Like there is a beautiful shloka in Vedas. Akashat patitantoyam yadha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati. Whatever the drop falls on the earth has to reach this ocean, and wherever you pray God, it has to reach the ultimate truth. So here, whatever you do, the method, adopt it, doesn't matter, but don't become mad, because what happens initially, when the person shows you a case, and like Rajan Shankaran was giving an example of a case where the patient's video was being taken, and so he said, observe, observe. We were all observing. Nothing was great. Nothing. So we asked, sir, can you place the video again? He played, observe, carefully. Nothing is there. The fellow is telling the symptoms. Then what is great, sir? Nothing special in this. So what is that you observe? He said, whenever he is talking with hand. Now my hand cannot rest. I am not paralyzed or Parkinson's patient. So I will move. So he said this grip, he gave Ras Venenata. Some extra explanation and all. It worked. Could be. Had you taken the case and repertorized with all characteristic features, probably you would have also got Ras Venenata. But his explanation, his procedure, his understanding, and his method of approaching that drug is little different. Looks beautiful. If you're fascinated, learn it. But don't try to adopt in your earlier days of practice. You will fail it. You will fail in your practice. M.L. Taylor writes beautifully. There are 3 types of prescriptions: scientific, artistic, intuitive. So let us all be beginners, scientific only. Take the case meticulously, match it with the remedy, with the help of repertory or with the help of Medica, and give it. Most of the times you will be successful. At least you will know why did you fail. Then later on, with little experience, you will become artistic. Intuitive, Shiva Shankar sir, Janardhan Reddy sir, some teachers, they are blessed. We all will be like in the second class at the most. Okay?
Sir, please tell us, how do we deal with hypochondriac patients, sir? Because these kind of patients, every time they come, they give us a different set of symptoms. And every time they say, I'm not better, I have this other symptom, I have this symptom. So how do we approach this kind of cases?
Yeah, there is a beautiful description. Even Hahnemann told very clearly, like this, you call them as like mental symptoms, mental diseases. Hahnemann classified into 4 classes. So this is one class where maze of symptoms would be there. They would tell even a schizophrenic patient. All mental generals first grade will be there. One of my PG students took the case and she came with 38 mental generals first grade. Even synthetic repertory will not have these many. It looks like. So what do I do, sir? I said, first, to learn it, do the repertorization. And most of the times, which drug do you get? Stramonium. Highest number of mental symptoms. If you definitely take all mental generals first grade, stramonium will be the drug. Close your eyes. But you can't treat every schizophrenic patient with stramonium. They cannot be. So Hahnemann told in this maze of symptoms, select one physical general, 1 or 2 physical generals. They will guide you to select a right remedy. Similarly, in hypochondriacs, first time we may falter. It needs little experience. Initially, youngsters would find it difficult because whatever being explained by the patient, we take it for granted it is correct. They would tell us. One lady doctor came to me and said, I have severe pain abdomen, severe. And she is a pathologist whom I know for a long time. I treated her father, mother, everybody in the family. Then I said, what is the matter? All these things. I was spending time. She said, sir, doctor, can you give any homeopathic medicine through IV? Probably it works well. And I thought, Amma, दाल में कुछ काला है या तो पूरा दाल ही काला है. I said, okay, fine, I'll give you. But basically, I'm very poor in giving IV drips. So I need to find it because she's a pathologist, she knows it. Can you select your own vein and give it? No, I can do it. Very good. I will arrange. I sent my assistant, go out. I wrote something like, go out, don't come. Then in the meantime, I gave her one beautiful remedy. You can see the description, Moscus. I gave Moscus and convinced her, spoke to her for some time. And after 10-15 minutes, she said, sir, tell me one thing. You did not send your assistant, no? I said, you know the truth. Why should you then ask me? I said. So she was better. So we need to have that little experience to understand these patients, what they are trying to tell and all that. But initially, like any of us, like we get carried away. Hypochondriacs, they explain, they tell many symptoms, and whatever that little sensation they have, they exaggerate, they tell so many symptoms. Today one set, tomorrow another set. It becomes difficult. And there are drugs which have that description. For example, you take Pulstilla. No two symptoms alike. Today, tomorrow will be completely different. So then try to select. Forget about mental symptoms, all those symptoms. Then select some physical general. You will get it. You will get a clue how to approach in those hypochondriac patients. But initially, definitely there will be a problem.
Sir, what is your experience and opinion about using homeopathic medicines along with allopathic or any other systems of medicine for same problem? It may be acute or chronic. Is there any information regarding this?
Yeah, actually, this is a common question by many practitioners. We also had, we still have. It all depends on that each case. How far this fellow is dependent on that allopathic remedy. If the fellow is not dependent on dependency, like I'll give you an example. In Hahnemann's lesser writings, he gives one example. He goes to an old lady and he takes the case and he gives a remedy. He gives certain instructions and comes back. And after a week, when he visited that lady became very weak. Hahnemann got shocked. Hari, dawa dene ke baad aisa bhi hota hai. She should have improved. Now it is in reverse. What happened? He inquired. The drug acted, symptoms responded. She was improving symptom-wise, but she is feeling very weak. What is the matter? Then when he inquired, he came to know that on the advice of Hahnemann, she stopped wine, which she was taking every day. Then Hahnemann said, Meri maa, shuru karo fir. So this happens if at all somebody is on insulin, 30 units morning, 30 units night, and OHA, sugar still not coming down. There was one doctor whom I know. He took one case, DGM of SBI, and his serum creatinine was piling up, pedal edema, breathlessness, and hypertension. So he told, my guru told, stop all the medicines. He stopped all the medicines. He gave one dose. One dose is enough. Job. He called him next day. Sir, edema increased. I'm getting breathlessness. Slowly, steadily, he was worsening. So he said he will talk to Guru. He could not talk, all that. Anyway, ultimately, this man got vexed. He went to his clinic and he is DGM at a higher level. He gets many doctors also easily. So he scolded the doctor on the face of the doctor and then went to Yashoda nearby. So they started dialysis. He said, this was the scenario. Somebody told that you can. So I said, we have to slowly wean off. Like a small kid who is just born, mother's milk will not be abruptly stopped. It is weaned off. If there is dependency, if there are certain conditions, till such time what to do? I give my medicine along with allopathic remedy. It happens. It is needed in these cases. So I can't take risk of life of patient. And then slowly we understand our drugs are acting. There is a difference from the time he came to us and from today or till today. And depending on the difference, we slowly taper off, stop all of them, and we make him all right, him or her. So this is how certain conditions, certain cases, we may have to give homeopathic medicines along with allopathic medicines. But it doesn't mean that I give both, because I am not well versed with allopathy. If he is already there on medicine, and if there are some drugs which are just for fun's sake they are being given, you can stop them abruptly. That doesn't matter. It depends on that. Like most of the time, psychiatric medicines, some of them, if you stop, you lose the patient. The patient will never turn up. He will not come back. This is the problem. Right.
Sir, as the audience are many students over here, I would like to ask you, what is one book that you suggest for all the young practitioners that we keep referring to day by day, other than Ellen's keynotes? Ellen's, everybody of us will. I know that you will say Ellen. So
Boric.
okay. Boring.
Because all the other books, wonderful. Every book is beautiful. Our sir follows Kent more. So many, M.L. Tyler is beautiful. Our other teacher used to be there. He used to follow Das Gupta and N.M. Chowdhury. Some teachers nowadays, they follow Dr. S.K. Dubey also. It is beautiful, wonderful book. There are many books. You people are smiling, laughing, but it also has some good qualities. There are so many descriptions. Patak's Materia Medica. Some Patak's also is beautiful, Materia Medica. All Materia Medicas of erstwhile, I don't talk of the latest ones. They are all beautiful. They have been written with their experiences, their devotion. Not for the sake of publishing one thing. I used to have a teacher in my MD. I can't take the name also. Some I don't take. This I can't take. You will understand. That man wrote a book, Materia Medica. And सब ये आप लिखे या हाँ आप कब लिखे पूछना नहीं. So I could understand who wrote it. So such type of books you don't need to read. No problem. But these great stalwarts books, every book has a treasure. Every book has a meaning. They have expressed from their heart, not just reading. You have to read in between the lines. They are beautiful. Or Dr. Srinath is a Medica teacher from Father Muller. Taught from different books. As a teacher, we need, but as a student, to refer Allen's, then Boric. Boric will give you description of everything. Bogart's synoptic key is there, but difficult to understand initially. Unless you read 2-3 times, you can't understand Bogart's synoptic. Other drugs, like for example, K.C. Bhanja. K.C. Bhanja book under can water meant to give calorie straight away. It is given in Bhanja. So find it difficult. Who ask and they have doubts. Condition. When the blisters happen, what to apply? An open ulcer, what to apply? with me. No. So that's how second choice after LNC is boric.
Sir, what is your experience with imponderabilic drugs and tautopathic drugs?
First one.
Imponderabilia.
Day before yesterday, my patient, I was in the flight about to take, she gave me a ring and to me the report in which WBC 680 after chemotherapy. Chemotherapy for cancer. She is in that Soumya hospital near our sir's house. Now something has to be done. By next cycle, the WBC should go up. Last 3 cycles, I gave cadmium sulf. It worked. If you see in Robin Murphy repertory, cadmium sulf is one of the best remedies for bad effects of chemotherapy radiation. Radium, brom, cadmium sulf, arsenic, phosphorus, they are. So yesterday, then I thought for a while, not yesterday, day before yesterday. I told her to use X-ray 30. That's what your drug. And today, it is 2,800. WBC rose. They have a tremendous action. If, for example, somebody has black pigmentation, for men, most of the times we don't bother. Like, for example, Manik Prabhu has black pigmentation. He wears white dress because that will counter that black pigmentation. But ladies will have problems because it is a cosmetic problem. X-ray is one of the most wonderful remedies for that black pigmentation. So these imponderabilia, they are very, very useful in these conditions. It is very useful. Tautopathic, we have to be careful. Why I am saying careful? In the history, Dr. S.P.S. Bakshi was arrested in Delhi because in Calcutta Baxon Clinic, cortisone 30 bottle was caught. You are using cortisone, allopathic drug, you are arrested. That is all political, different issue. But we do have, and some of the cases wherein if the patient was on penicillin earlier for rheumatic fever, they used to give long-acting penicillin. We started with penicillin initially, and the patient improvised. Then we review the case, then start our remedy. So that's how it would be useful. Tautopathic remedies have a greater role also. In one case, Dr. G.L.N. Shastri sir told like cortisone bad effects, Kali bichromicum is one of the best remedies. I thought I would give it because it is through and through cortisone bad effects in a nephrotic child. So I gave, but it did not give any good results. Then I thought I should give cortisone 30. There was tremendous improvement. The parameters in that face swelling, pedal edema, urine, and that proteinuria, everything came down. So it helps. Depends on that type of.
Sir, as we are running out of time and have felicitation, there is a request that we close this session.
You should stop.
Sir, actually, no, an evening with our teacher is not sufficient. It should have been a lifetime with our teacher. So we keep going on with your doubts. I'm sure anybody can raise a doubt anytime with you and you are welcome. So let's end this session, sir. One last question. What is the one key that you suggest to all the students for a successful practice? Tell us one mantra or one key for a successful practice.
Follow organon. You will be successful in your practice. Definitely. Over.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. If anyone from the audience want to ask any questions, can raise your hand. We'll pass on the mic.
Thank you. Myself, Rajendra. When we are in student level, like first year, second year, third year, fourth year studying, generally our families get some health problems. So we will, father, I have a best doctor with us. I will take the case of you. I will present you to the case to the doctor. So doctor tell you use this medicine. So we will immediately go and tell to the father, use this medicine. Father, you take the medicine, but no relief. So again, what we think, we'll go to the another doctor with the same case. Another doctor give another medicine. So continuously, 3-4 doctors were giving their best medicine. We are giving the same medicine to our relatives or friends or father. So continuously taking medicines without relief, is it good or doing any harm? We should not recommend like this. This is my question, sir.
I could not get first. Actually, you said like you change the doctors.
Yes, change the doctors, change the medicine.
No, you went to one doctor.
Yes,
he
sir.
gave some medicine.
Yes, sir.
You went to another doctor.
Yes, sir.
Why?
No relief.
No relief. You went to another doctor.
Yes, sir.
He gives another drug.
Yes, sir.
Same drug or another drug?
Another drug.
Third doctor, another drug.
Another drug.
Fourth doctor, another drug.
Yes, sir.
All 4 drugs did not act.
Did not act. Is
Then-
it a problem to the patient taking the drugs like that or mother tinctures? Is it a problem to the patient?
No, actually, if I understand your question properly, the patient did not get relief in spite of going to 4 different doctors, right? But your question, will there be any problem using so many drugs which are not correct
Yes.
and wrongly used?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
The greatest fortunate situation in homeopathy is that second prescription definition, I told you. Nobody gave first prescription. It was all a futile effort, wrong drug, and they are all dynamized. And if they are given in their legitimate doses, they will not produce any problems, any side effects or any bad effects in the patient. If they were given in mother tinctures, long physiological doses, obviously there would be some development of drug symptoms.
Okay.
And these drug symptoms, they will disappear the moment you withdraw the drug.
Oh, there
Nothing
is-
serious offense will happen.
Okay, okay, sir. This is what. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, good evening, sir. Myself, Dayanidhi. Sir, there is a common notion in many of the literatures and among many physicians also. No-sodes should not be used in acute conditions. But contrary to that, many of the no-sodes have prominent acute symptoms only, sir. Like pyroxenum is indicated acute state, and laxis in acute respiratory arrest states, like acute asthmatic states. So whether to what extent we need to build notion like acute conditions?
That yourself said it is a wrong notion. It is a wrong. If it is indicated, it will not cause any damage. It can be prescribed. Whether it is acute, I gave the example, like I didn't give you, but that case where there was a severe corona, the case was through and through like tuberculum. I gave tuberculum 1M and the patient became all right. RT-PCR came negative. Though of course it took 10 days for it to become negative, but the patient improved completely. So it can be given in acute condition if it is indicated. That's what indicated remedy is the right remedy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Praveen. In fact, I thoroughly enjoyed this interaction.
Thank you.
Fortunate to be here. Well, I also know that, okay, you have worked on drug-resistant tuberculosis. And can you just enlighten about your experience related to that?
Yes. That was my thesis under Dr. Janardhan Reddy sir. Effect of Homeo drugs in multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. There were 30 cases, actually 9 cases, in fact, 9 cases of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, other cases of different drug resistant cases. And before that, there was an in vitro study with the help of Dr. Chitra Chandrasekharan, a microbiologist. She did in Institute of Tuberculosis, Bangalore. Even 3 drugs, each in 3 different potencies, to be put in those slope dishes, slant dishes. That's how the big procedure. And that revealed that tuberculinum 30 did not allow the growth of MDR-TB organisms. And even now, when the patient comes with MDR-TB, just recently, 4 days back, there was an MDR-TB of a homeopathic student. So we have given tuberculinum 30. It is very, very effective in vitro. It was very effective. It should be effective even in vivo. So that's what like we treat. But basically, like any other case, even MDR-TB patient, there was one case from Dharwad, homeopathic doctor. That girl had MDR-TB and we treated with phosphorus 0/1. It was very effective. In fact, it is said like phosphorus, silica, kalicarb, we should be careful in prescribing. But if it is 50 millismol and if you are sure of the prescription, if it is indicated, it will not. That is the only problem, like closed case will become open and it would be threatening to the society. But that did not. So MDR-TB cases, very well being treated. But basically, I tell you, practically speaking, in the past, like I did my MD in 2000, in last 24 years, I would have treated not more than 25 MDR-TB cases. In spite of claiming great report, great research, that, this and all that, it is very difficult to get these cases because they will run to the other. Nowadays, it is becoming little easier because the MDR-TB treatment is done in government institute only. No private practitioner can do it. So we can do it. This is, of course, it is against government rule, but we can do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else from the audience want to speak?
Good evening, sir. We thoroughly enjoyed your views and your experience. I just wanted to ask one question, which we usually face in our daily practice, or sometimes, many of the times. Many of the times we treat small children, and when we give the prescription to them, the second or third day, the mother calls and tells that the other child ate away all the pills. I have faced many of the times. So how do you deal with subject? And many of the times it is a placebo which which he has swallowed. So I have to bring the patient back and give some again a placebo and tell that is an antidote. How did you face such experience and how do you deal with
Yes,
such experience?
yes, very good, valid, practical point. Umpteen number of occasions. मेरे छोटा बेटा खा लिए मेरे बड़े बेटे का दवा. पहले इनको गाली दो मम्मी को, वो तो हो जाएगा. Then Tell them it is problematic. Right now I am at home and the clinic is closed. Most of the times it happens in the night only. And tell them, most of the common people also know it, that coffee decoction is antidote to homeopathic remedy. Though we know, as Dr. Anand said, like it is placebo, but don't tell them it is placebo, nothing happens, TK nahi. It is paradoxical. So what you should tell, like prepare one teaspoonful of coffee decoction and make the child to eat, drink. And tomorrow you come down for your elder son's medicine and antidote to your younger son. That's how we do it in almost all the cases.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being a wonderful resource person, clearing everyone's doubts. And thank you so much for the panel members. Now we have felicitation of the panel members and the sponsor. Now I request our sponsor, Dr. Shivashankar sir, to please come onto the dais along with the HMAT team. I request our president, our general secretary, and all the governing council members of HMAT to please come onto the dais for the felicitation. Please welcome them all with a big round of applause. We request all the team HMAT to please come onto the dais, all the governing council members. We request the sponsor and team HMAT to felicitate our today's resource person, Professor Dr. Praveen Kumar sir. I request everyone to give a big round of applause. It was a work session. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time to each and every one of us. Now, I request the dignitaries to felicitate our first panel member, Professor Dr. Murali sir, with a bouquet and a memento. Please give a big round of applause. Now, I request the dignitaries to felicitate our second panel member, Dr. Bhavana ma'am, with bouquet and memento. Everyone can give a big round of applause. We request all the dignitaries to please stay on the dais to felicitate our sponsor, none other than the great Shivashankar Kunapareddy sir, with a bouquet and memento. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable presence. Thank you, all the dignitaries. So the first session of our oration is completed. So as you all know, we have many parts in today's oration. So the next session will be all about felicitating the best female teachers around all the homeopathic medical colleges in Telangana. So as many of you all here are doctors, some are doctors and teachers, and some are students who are ever learning. But when we are in the profession of medical sciences, each and every one of us are like lifelong doctors. Teachers are like tracks, and all the students over here are nothing but the trains. So trains come and go, but the tracks remain in the same place, giving path to many and many trains to come and go. So this is all about welcoming our teachers, admiring their contributions and their sacrifices by giving us immense knowledge. We welcome all the teachers to the HMAT for the felicitation. Please give a big round of applause to each and every one. Now I would request Dr. Gautam sir to please take over the dais for the felicitation program.
Good evening once again. So the second session is by Savitribai Phoole. Commemorating Srimati Savitribai Phoole 194th Jayanti, honoring to women teachers of homeopathic medical colleges in Telangana. So we have a list of teachers. First of all, I would request Dr. P. Satyaveni ma'am, PG Professor, HOD Department of Repertory, JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College, to receive the honors. Dr. Satyaveni ma'am, my HOD, my guide. Department of Repertory. It's an honor for me. Congratulations, ma'am. Next, we have Professor Dr. J. Indra ma'am, HOD, Department of Homeopathic Pharmacy, from JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College. I think we can continue honoring them. Thank you. Next, we have Dr. T. Rajeshwari ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Community Medicine, Dev's Homeopathic Medical College. Next, we have Dr. C. Radha Devi ma'am, Associate Professor, Forensic Medicine, Dev's Homeopathic Medical College. Professor Dr. Ambala Sri Harita, Department of Materia Medica, MNR Homeopathic Medical College. Next, we have Professor Dr. K. Ratnakumari ma'am, Department of Pharmacy, HOD, MNR Homeopathic Medical College. Next, we have Professor Dr. Poonam Narayan Sutar, Associate Professor, Department of Community Medicine, James Homeopathic Medical College. It's okay, you can make some noise for your teachers. We have that freedom at HMAT. You can take it. Next, I request Dr. Ramya Krishna ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Pediatrics, James Homeopathic Medical College. My senior at JSPS. Next, I request Dr. Vijaya Sagarika ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Anatomy, Hamsa Homeopathic Medical College. Congratulations, ma'am. Next, I request Dr. Pushpalata ma'am, Senior Medical Officer at Hamsa Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital. Next, I request Professor Dr. B.Y. Renuka ma'am, Principal, Medical Superintendent, Guru Nanak Homeopathic Medical College. Next, I request Dr. V. Rekha ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Physiology, Guru Nanak Homeopathic Medical College. So we have finished with the teachers. Now we have felicitation to the short-term studentship in homeopathy, STSH 2023, awarded by CCRH. First, I would request Ayman Sultana, guided by Dr. G. Kamay sir. We don't have him here. Dev's Homeopathy Medical College. You can receive the honors. So on behalf of Kamay sir, we have Dr. Murali sir sharing the award. Next, I request Bhattu Tarun Sai, guided by Dr. K. Raghuram Chandra sir, James Homeopathy Medical College. Many congratulations. You can give a huge round of applause. That's it. You want anyone to join? Ayman Sultana, guided by G. Kamaya sir from Dev's Homeopathy Medical College. As their guide is not here, Murli sir is sharing the award. Next, Bhattu Tarun Sai from James Homeopathy Medical College, guided by Dr. K. Raghuram Chandra sir. Next, I request Dundi Soumya from MNR Homeopathic Medical College, guided by Dr. A. Madan Mohan Reddy, sir. Dundi Soumya. Where is the other list? Next, I request K. Harshita, guided by Dr. P. Pavitran, MNR Homeopathic Medical College. P. Pavitran happens to be my classmate. You can continue your applause to the winners. K. Harshita, guided by P. Pavitran. Next, we have Kyatam Niharika. K. Niharika, guided by Dr. Dubba Sarita, ma'am, from MNR Homeopathic Medical College. K. Niharika. Next in the line. Okay. Grishma Varsh. Next, I request M. Goda Devi, guided by Dr. Fanish Madineni, James Homeopathy Medical College. M. Goda Devi, James Homeopathy Medical College, guided by Dr. Fanish Madineni. So we have both of them here. You can give huge round of applause. You can continue making some noise for your friends. You have no restrictions in that matter. Next, M. Grishma Varshini. Grishma Varshini, guided by Dr. Santoshi Reddy. Guided by Dr. Santoshi Reddy, ma'am, MNR Homeopathy Medical College. Next in the line, we have Muhammad Abdul Momin, guided by Dr. K. Syed Abid. Dr. K. Syed Abid, sir, MNR Homeopathy Medical College. Muhammad Abdul Momin. Owais Ahmad Khan, guided by A. Sri Harita ma'am, Dr. A. Sri Harita ma'am, MNR Homeopathy Medical College. XP Sai Varsha from MNR Homeopathy Medical College. Do we have her? P. Sai Varsha. I think we don't have her here. Can anyone take on her behalf from MNR Homeopathy Medical College? P. Sai Varsha. Please, you're welcome. P. Sai Varsha. On behalf of P. Sai Varsha, you can take it there, no problem, for your friend. Next, I call upon T. Udayasri. T. Udayasri. College, which college at least? Which college at least? Next, P. Shivateja. Which one? P. Shivateja, guided by Dr. P. Pavitran, MNR Homeopathy Medical College. Yeah. Amukta, PVNLS. Which college? She is not well. You are taking on her behalf. Okay. Who is last? Vishlavat Pujita Raj. Hamsa Homeopathy Medical College, guided by Dr. Nisha Arvind. That's okay.
We have opening of that certificate and then life members certificate. It has not there.
Many congratulations to the STSH winners of 2023. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? Next program is we are going to present the life member certificate. And before that, because this is the first time we are presenting them the life member certificate in this way on such a platform. So we want to inaugurate this session. So first we are unveiling the life member certificates because this is the first time we are presenting in this way. For what? First we're going to present to the winners of the BHMS toppers from all the homeopathy colleges in Telangana. First we have a request B. Swapna from JSPS, Homeopathy Medical College. So first we are presenting to the winners of the BHMS toppers from all the homeopathic medical colleges in Telangana. B. Swapna from JSPS. Sir, we request you to stay on the dais for presenting the certificates. Life member certificate. I request Dr. Murali sir to join us on the dais for presenting the life member certificates. I also request Dr. Ganesh Acharya sir to join us. B. Swapna from JSPS Government Homeopathy Medical College. She is a BHMS topper. JSPS Government Homeopathic Medical College. Next from Devs, we have Chamundeshwari K. K. Chamundeshwari. A techie backbone of HMAT. Can we have a huge round of applause for the winners? Anmol Sharma from Jim's Homeopathy Medical College. She is not there. Anyone can take on her behalf. Anmol Sharma. On behalf of Anmol Sharma, we request okay. On her behalf, her friend is going to receive this life member certificate. Next, B. Srivani from MNR Homeopathy Medical College. Do we have her? B. Srivani. On her behalf, can anyone receive this? The life member certificate on behalf of B. Srivani? No one. From Hamsa Homeopathy Medical College, we have Maggidi Meghana. Maggidi Meghana. Next, we have the live certificate presentation to the winners of quiz competition in Homeofest 2024. And we are presenting the awards certificates only to the students who have completed their internship. Okay, because the life membership is after your internship. First, we have Dr. P. Shravan Kumar, JSPS Government Homeopathy Medical College. Dr. P. Shravan Kumar from JSPS Government Homeopathy Medical College. Next, I request Bhupati Rajender from Jim's Homeopathy Medical College. Bhupati Rajender from Jim's Homeopathy Medical College. Next, I call upon Enagandla Akshita from Jim's Homeopathy Medical College. She is not here. Okay. S. Keura from Jim's Homeopathy Medical College. She is not here. She didn't complete her internship. Okay. Sorry. Dr. Ansari. I request Dr. Ansari sir to come onto the dais to receive life member certificate on behalf of HMAT. Thank you. Thank you for being with us here. The dignitaries on the dais. Can we have a group photo with all the teachers? Along with team HMAT, I request. We contacted them, no one responded. I don't know. Our group photo. I request all the teachers who have received the awards. Can you please join us? I request the teachers who have received the awards to join us on the dais for a photograph. They already left. We have one more addition for life member certificate. I think we missed. P. Akhila from winner of the scientific session. P. Akhila.
We request everyone to please stay back for 5 minutes because participation certificate will be given and a group photo will be taken. We request all the participants to please be ready for the group photo. We request all the teachers to please stay back. We request all the participants to come forward for the group photo. We request all the teachers to stay back in the group photo. All the participants, please come forward for the group photo. Please make it little bit faster. All the participants, everyone, all the audience sitting there, please come forward for a group photo. All of the audience, please come forward for a group photo. We request no one to be seated for the group photo. Please come and join. All the audience, please come fast. Yeah, some can join in the back. Some can sit in the front. Each and every one of y'all, whoever is present now, please join for the group photo. So to end the program, it is very important to have national anthem in the end. So we request everyone to please stand for the national anthem. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाहे गव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद. Yeah. We request all the audience to please join for the next seminar also in MNR on 1st and 2nd February.